Hello, Kaplan Radio family. Jerry Taylor here with today's Friday Focus message. Hope you are well. I hope you're listening. Of course, if you're not listening, you couldn't tell me that. We'll have to work something out there. Go tell your friends to stop by Kaplan Radio Fridays about 10:30 and hear what I have to say. This is, I think, maybe the 5th one. We'll probably have to start doing some repeats pretty soon. I'll run out of ideas. But today I thought I would return to personal finance, something that's a topic my students enjoy a lot. And there are 3 key things we talk about over the course of a term that students really respond to. So I thought I'd bring them up today. The first notion is the idea in finance, in personal finance, of paying yourself first. That sounds like a kind of a selfish notion. Pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. Charity begins at home. But it's not meant to be. It can be quite the opposite of that. Paying yourself first can help secure the quality of life for your family, for your future, for the future of the people who you care about. It's not an evil concept. You work hard for your money. And too many people say, I live paycheck to paycheck. I have nothing. I can't save any money. Everybody can save money. It's a discipline thing. And the thing that makes it work easiest for you is if you pay yourself first. If maybe your employer has payroll deduction, or you take charge and do some payroll deduction, and I don't care how much money you start off. If you want to start your first effort at Pay Yourself First, that's $5 a paycheck. Fine. Make it $5 a paycheck. I hope you can start off a little more than that. I'd rather see 25, but if $5 is what you say, I can't do anything, then I'd rather see you do 5 than nothing. You got it? I'd rather see you do $5 than nothing, so you can start the ball rolling. Find a place, a way to take $5 out of your paycheck, or 25 or 50 or whatever you can afford, whatever your plan is, and put it away. Again, if you've got payroll deduction at work, go that route. Have it taken out before you ever get it and put it into a savings account. Some students have said that they're so bad at they've done that before, but they still know the money's there. And so when something comes up, they still raid that account. Okay, then, look into payroll deduction at work for savings bonds. Savings bonds aren't so easy to raid. The interest rate's horrible. But if you're not going to save, even a horrible interest rate is better than no interest at all. You got to secure your future. I've told you before, I'm 59 years old. A minute and a half ago, I was 29 years old. 5 minutes ago, I was 19. It feels that way. I don't feel old. It just flies by. You got to start now, securing that future tomorrow, and you do that with savings. Pay yourself first. Put a little something away every paycheck. And you find a way to do it in such a way that it's extremely challenging for you to get at it while it builds. Now here's what I want you to do. Start with something. Like I said, $5 a paycheck. Commit yourself to that. I can't afford that. I have no money. I live paycheck to paycheck. Yes, you can. Your life will adapt. You will adapt. If you're making, it doesn't matter how much money I say. Okay, I'm just going to say a number. If you're making $200 a week, if you're taking home $200 a week, and that ain't much, well, now you make it $195. And you put that $5 away. Now, here's the secret to making it work throughout your life. Just like you expect at work, ever so often, give yourself a raise. Once you notice 3, 4 months, 5 months later, you know what? I've been taking that $5, that $10, that $25 out of my paycheck every time, and I notice now I'm not missing it like I thought I would. Let me make it 30. Let me make it 10. Give yourself a raise. As frequently as you can, give yourself a raise. I deserve this. I'm going to give myself a raise. Pay yourself first Administer it like a solid financial manager and give yourself a raise as often as you can. Over time, put that money into special places. I want you, if you're young enough, I want to see that money in the stock market when it gets to be enough money for you to step down to your local bank or to your brokerage firm and get into some mutual funds. That varies from place to place. Sometimes things like credit unions can let you open up equity accounts at very low initial rates, initial deposits. If you're young, you need to be in equities. Now, let's shift to that topic. 2 points on equities. Here's the thing with the stock market. Many of my students say to me, that stock market's crazy. That's like taking your money and going to Las Vegas. My friends, it's not the least bit like taking your money and going to Las Vegas. It's not remotely the same as that. When you go to Las Vegas and you go up to those things, I don't know what, roulette wheels or blackjack or the machines, and you put $20 down, if you lose, the $20 is gone. It's all or nothing, right? The stock market's not remotely like that. I've never bought a stock in a company that went to zero. I've never bought a mutual fund that went anywhere near zero. Even the great crisis earlier around 9/11 and so forth, and when the stock market went from 14,000, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, down to 66 or 6,800, that still wasn't zero. And it's at 12.5 again now. We recovered. It was up as high as about 13.3 a little while ago. Very few stocks go to zero. But I've never heard of any mutual fund that did. So Vegas and the stock market, nothing in common. In fact, since 1928, blue chip stocks have averaged a rate of return year after year after year of over 12%. Now, sometimes it's way down, and sometimes it's way up. It's not the same. Depends upon when you get in. But over the long run, equities perform. And now, with the creation of mutual funds, you don't even have to go in there and buy one stock. A mutual fund can have hundreds of different stocks. The likelihood that any number of hundreds of stocks will go to zero is de minimis. Negligible, tiny. So don't equate the stock market with Las Vegas. That's point 2. Last point. When you're building up through this pay yourself first, to have enough money to someday put it in a nice mutual fund at your credit union or your bank or through your brokerage, get $1,000 together. Get it out there. Invest in your future. Here's the secret to success in investing. It's invest regularly. Oh, what does that mean? Don't invest strangely? No, it means often or in a cycle. Here's what I mean. Once you get through your college education, you're making the kind of money someday that you deserve. You're going to find yourself able to put more and more money into that pay yourself first concept. Some of you might be able to do very well right now. Some of you probably already do well right now. And you could write into this station here and share some of your experiences with those who have not taken advantage of these concepts. But when you invest regularly, I mean, like, for example, once a month you put $100 a month into the stock market, into some mutual funds, like in a 401k. See, what happens there is over time, you're constantly participating in the market. So if the market goes down, it's real good news, because this month your $100 or your $200 or your $300 is buying more. The market goes down, this month you're getting more. You feel good. Ooh, the market's down. I get some bargains this month. Instead of bemoaning it. Because you know you're still in there. You're buying low. And if the market's up, you feel real good because all your holdings have risen in value. So when you invest regularly, it's a win-win scenario. I feel good when the market's down because I'm buying cheap. I feel good when the market's up because the things I own are worth more money. When you got time on your side, like our brothers in the Rolling Stones told us, and if you don't know that song, go listen to it sometime. When you got time on your side, you can really participate in the full excitement of the stock market. And with the ability to buy mutual funds, go look them up. Go Google mutual funds. You'll learn all about it. Or ETFs, exchange traded funds. Go Google that too. ETF. Find out what it is. I own some of them. I own lots of mutual funds. I own some individual stocks. I own some bonds. You're going to feel interested and exciting. I teach an investments class, MT, 481, where we get to do a simulation. Every student is given $500,000 at the beginning of the 10-week class to invest in the stock market. They get a big kick out of it. If you can ever take MT 481, you'll enjoy this simulation that we take on there. 10 weeks of buying and selling stocks in the market in a totally realistic manner. The prices are real, the commissions are real. Everything is just like it would be if you were doing it in the actual marketplace. All the prices are real. Anyway, that's my point today. Time's running out. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to pay yourself first. I want you to have confidence in the long-run ability of this world to produce. In other words, in your ability to participate in the capital markets. And I want you to invest regularly. Now, these are not the opinions of Kaplan University or of anyone I know. You're listening to Jerry Taylor on Friday Focus and Kaplan Radio. And don't hold these opinions against me or anyone else you know. Enough! Got my story this week. Here's the top 10 list. Top 10 list of how you know you drink too much coffee. You know you drink too much coffee when Juan Valdez names his mule after you. You know you drink too much coffee when you chew on your roommate's fingernails. You know you drink too much coffee when you can jump-start your car without cables. And you for sure know you drink too much coffee if you do 20 miles on your treadmill before you realize it's not even plugged in. You know you drink too much coffee when you can't remember how long ago you had your second cup. And you know you drink too much coffee when you have a picture of your coffee mug on your coffee mug. You know you drink too much coffee when Starbucks has a mortgage on your house. And you know you drink too much coffee when your birthday is a national holiday in Brazil. I need little laugh tracks behind me here, don't I? And you know you drink too much coffee when you don't sweat, you percolate. And number 10, the number one reason for you to tell you drink too much coffee is when you grind coffee beans in your mouth. That's my laugh track. Get out of here. God bless you. And you take care of yourselves. Take care of me. Come by and hear me again next week on Friday Focus with Jerry Taylor on the wonderful and entertaining Kaplan Radio. Bye-bye.